Greetings and salutations, listeners. I, Eric J. Chucky, joined, as always, by the boy.
Hey!
This is the Two Nerds Podcast, and we are a bit late in the day on Monday, probably, when this is going up in some time zones. But we are technically not late.
That's true.
Yeah. So there you go. Podcast over, I guess.
I was waiting for you to bridge into the topic and then just stop talking.
You know, I was trying really hard to think of a joke, and, the little well came up empty. And, no. We are here to talk about, for once, something topical?
According to Better News Than Us, it racked up 25 million players in its first week. So, yeah, I'd say we're actually kind of on point for once.
Yeah, at 1.2 million concurrent. Which is
ridiculous.
That's insane. Of course, we're talking about Apex Legends, and if you don't know what Apex Legends is, we will provide you with a very brief overview, but what the fuck are you getting your news from us for?
Side note, this is not a well-named game.
No.
This name is so fucking generic.
I keep wanting to call it Anthem.
I literally could not remember it the first 4 times I heard it. I kept making Randy Orton jokes because it's the only connection I had to its name. It's just a very...
It is both the Apex Predator and the Legend Killer.
Exactly.
I get your joke now. It's really better than I thought it was in the first place. That's fantastic. I dubbed this game Randy Orton.
So Randy Orton is a good game.
Today I was playing Randy Orton, and I let a lot of gas out everywhere.
I haven't played as much as White, but I have played several matches. Haven't won one because I'm not good at video games.
I've won 2 because I got carried.
We're gonna test the theorem tonight. There's a lot of talk in the video game criticism community about, do you have to be good at video games to talk about them? I think the Two Nerds Podcast is here to state emphatically, no, you do not, because we're definitely going to be doing that.
Wow, what a horrible mindset. That would be like demanding a film critic make movies.
There is do you want someone who's terrible and can't play Dark Souls? Do you think they can give a fair review of Dark Souls?
Well, okay, if their review is, boo, this game was hard, so 0 of 10, no.
This game, I'm bad at this, but it's great.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Battle Royale games. Now, I'm not 2018 edgelord. This is a new year. Things are a little different now. But I'm not the kind of person who is just hating on Battle Royale games for being Battle Royale games. I don't like the Fortnite, and I don't like the floss dance, and it upsets me, as we've covered. But if you have fun with it, cool. I'm old and cannot Minecraft while I looter shooter.
I mean...
You're asking me to play 2 games simultaneously? Fuck you with that shit.
PUBG is barely functional.
Yeah, I would not pay money for that shit. If it was free, I might have been playing PUBG this whole time.
Yeah, same, but no, thank you. Fortnite is... I'm too old, I think, or too dumb. Maybe I'm dumb. Maybe I'm just too dumb for Fortnite. Maybe all these 8-year-olds are just 1,000 IQ points higher than me, because I get upset and scared, and then I die, and it's just... Apex Legends isn't like that. It's really fun, and even though I'm still bad, I don't feel like I am so useless as to have been wasting everyone's time.
I have never ascended to quite the mountain of claiming my free Colonel Bucket in celebration of victory. But I have played a little bit of the Fortnite. And I even lasted a really long time.
I've won some Fortnite games.
Have you? Congratulations.
Not solo, squads. Let's be clear, I was carried.
I like the graphics. I like a lot of the outfit pieces and aesthetic. But even playing that game just wasn't engaging to me. It wasn't fun. It was a quiet 15 minutes of me playing Fallout 4 by myself in the wasteland with no quests, picking up random shit until I died. And I was like number 3, I just happened to hide that well. But it wasn't fun. It didn't hit that fucking cycle for me, Whereas Apex Legends, man, the biggest thing I can say about it, and it seems kind of sad that this is the best thing I can say, that stands out to me, but it takes care of problems I have with Battle Royale games.
Yeah, it takes care of problems I didn't know I had with Battle Royale games.
Well, and even one of the complaints you've had with other online competitive multiplayer games, like League of Legends, for example, it can take you 10 to 30 minutes to get into a fucking game.
And then the game itself takes 40,000 years, and you lose anyway. It's just an incredibly easy format to make me personally get toxic over.
Sure, well, and like you put all that effort in, and you get right to the end of Champ Select, and you're like, good, we get to get into a game, and someone bails on you. You have to start the process again. Or worse yet, you get into the game, and they DC, and you have to sit there for 10 minutes, possibly 20 if your team is very try-hard about it, going 4v5 and inevitably losing.
Or you get there and you or someone else is having an off day, and it becomes real clear real soon that you're going to lose, and you're stuck there for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Apex Legends is... We're praising this game by bitching at other games, which is not typically our mode.
No. Well, and these are things like, I still play League. I've been playing League a lot lately, actually. I've really been enjoying their Lunar New Year event, but that is a problem with the game.
Whereas, I'm going to try and get us to positive talking.
Sure.
Talking about the game that we're talking about.
Sure.
Apex Legends gets you into games quickly. It doesn't waste a lot of time with character selection. It has a fun character select screen with like a little intro piece, and you guys all pick your dudes with fun little like scenes where they're talking to the camera and doing a little intro bit. That's fun. It doesn't waste your time with long queue times, although that's probably because of the millions of concurrent players. But I mean, the game that's happening because the game is good, so the game gets praised for it.
Well, even if the queue time was long, the structure around the queue time is fast. Once you get into a game, it loads everybody in really fast. You pick your guys, and that maybe takes 30 seconds because there's a fucking timer.
Yeah, it only takes like a few seconds to do, and then it gets you immediately into doing something really cool. It starts you off doing something really cool, so you don't feel like... essentially, the problem with the other Battle Royale games is that it's really easy to feel real lame. Like, you just sort of float on your parachute, and then you land, you grab some stuff, and then you get snipered from across the map, and you die. Whereas in this game, you immediately jump out of this, whatever, the bus, the plane, whatever, and you aren't parachuting or skydiving. You are using rocket pack boots and shit to fly in synchronized formation like a bunch of fucking Air Force air show-offs with your entire squad locked together. There's one guy who's the squad jump leader, and he's aiming at you guys. The other two can split off if they want, but they don't have to. So if you're not squad jump leader, you literally just get to watch this like a cutscene.
You can even recommend places to land.
You can recommend places to land, and then the squad jump leader steers this whole really cool air formation down, and you land cool. And it's a great way to start the match with high energy and a cool thing. There's a cool score for it, and it's just an excellent way to start things off to get you in a good mood and make it feel like you're doing something cool and you're being someone cool and you're playing a cool video game.
Yeah. I mean, and it's that fast. There's no weird loading zone where everybody...
Me describing it actually took longer than the whole process.
Yeah, really, yeah. And it's got really cool environments, like a little burnt-out forest and factory areas.
And I mean, we only played on the one map. I don't know if they have another one right now.
Not yet, but there are more coming.
And it is a very pretty, first off. It's a very pretty game. Secondly, it's got a very interesting map design. And the person, Ben, we've mentioned Ben before.
He's been on the podcast.
He has more experience with Battle Royales than either of us. And he pointed out something that I didn't really notice was a problem I had with Battle Royale until he pointed it out. Which is the other big Battle Royale games have these huge open fields with ridiculously long sight lines. So oftentimes someone will notice you way before you notice them. So what happens is they jump on you and either snipe you from across the map or end up just jumping on top of you with a shotgun from fucking forever away. So you don't really have an opportunity to fight back. It's just you die, go back to menu.
Which is so frustrating because of how long it takes to get into the game.
Whereas in Apex Legends, that isn't a thing. All the various different environments are sort of siloed. by buildings and verticality. There's a lot of verticality in the map because there's no fall damage.
Right.
So the entire map has a lot of different elevations to it, and a lot of big canyons and big rocks and buildings, just shit to break up sight lines, so that each little area is its own little self-contained little arena that you're fighting. If you run into someone, you can fight someone on kind of fair ground in.
Honestly, my first match I won, and I had no clue what was going on. I had no clue where we were going, and I was down when we did win, but we were in that last battle royal, 3-on-3-on-3. It is a 3-person squad game, and I got to watch it all unfold. I got to be a part of that whole excitement, and it was just, we didn't encounter anybody for so long because we were so far away from the final zone, and then we finally got there, and it's like suddenly it's this huge clusterfuck.
And the looting is fun. They keep the inventory reasonably sized. They have good mechanics for armor and stuff. They have and the characters are really good. That's kind of what I wanted to bridge into next. Is the characters are really good.
As far as I know, there's probably a more obscure one, but most of their battle royale games, certainly not the two popular ones, don't have characters per se.
No, they have your character, and there are skins in Fortnite at the very least. I know, but everyone has the same abilities. Everyone's working with the same tool set. Whereas this kind of takes a page from your Overwatches. It has characters, and they have not like a lot of different tools. They don't have an entirely separate kit, but they have, because everyone uses the same guns and armor.
Everyone has
stuff.
access to the same guns and tools, but
But
you basically have a passive, a main ability, and an ultimate ability.
And it really changes play. It allows you guys to mix up and do different squads, and it changes how things tend to work. It's really fun.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun playing, I think her name is Lifeline, the healer. I've got some issues with some parts of the game, but I want to get to those last because this is a really good game, so I want to kind of heap effusive praise on it,
In that tradition of wanting to heap lots of praise on the game, one of the things that I have seen other people celebrate and that I myself enjoy is the ping system.
It's really robust and easy to use, so that even if you're not talking to your players, like when I played, we were in a 3-person squad. We all live in the same house. We were just talking to each other. Even if you're not able to do that or able to do voice chat, the ping system is perfectly functional.
Or if you're a guy like me who just doesn't like talking to people online much, I don't care for it. I can still ping and get stuff done,
You don't feel like you're not participating in the team.
They're great because they're usually context sensitive. It's a little tricky, but you can also pick specific pings. You can ping a piece of armor or a weapon to tell your squad, hey, that's here.
And you don't have to select from menu. You just click ping on the thing, and your character will say armor here, and it'll highlight on their map.
Some of the more specific ones don't do it as well.
It's a brand new game.
Sure. Well, and the context sensitivity you have to be careful with, otherwise you're going to run into problems trying to ping something when you meant to ping another thing, and the first thing is more important in most cases. But you can ping, you saw an enemy, you can ping that you are low on ammo, so that if somebody finds some, they know to tell you. There's all kinds of great things you can do. And that bleeds into the characters too, because I know when Ben plays Bloodhound, he will ping a lot about enemies having been nearby, evidence of people having already looted the place,
which I believe is just part of Bloodhound's abilities.
Well, now anybody can do that. If you see an open door, you can ping it, and your character will say, hey, there was an enemy here.
Oh, so he was just whatever, because I didn't play Bloodhound, because he was playing it the whole night.
Right.
And I didn't want to.
I'm bad at Bloodhound, so.
But he was just seeing where people were and pinging it manually. Ben's good at video games. We should get him on to talk about people who are good at video games, because that's not us.
I feel like I've been doing better at this game. I have been finishing in the top 5 squads more often than not, but I feel like I keep getting paired up with squads that aren't a good fit for me for one reason or another. And it basically comes down to something that's probably a regular battle royale phenomenon for most people, especially in a squad-based situation, is that once it gets, close enough to the grind, your squad will panic and go to shit.
Like every squad of military people in a horror movie, Game over, man.
Yeah.
Game over.
Like, earlier tonight, I had a squad the two bros who I was working with, perfectly nice guys throughout the whole thing. Late game, there was another guy playing Caustic, and he was using his gas on us. And they kept screaming at me to stop dropping bombs because it was killing them. And I'm like, can you not conceive of a world in which I'm not the only fucking Caustic on this map? Because my bombs don't do that. There's not friendly fire in this game. But, like, you know, they panicked and we lost. You know, but it doesn't feel bad to lose in this game.
Yeah, that's the thing. I lost the entire time I played. I didn't win one match, and I didn't have a bad time. One of the reasons I think that is, and this is something I also want to highlight, is they emphasize survival time over kills.
They do. They do.
Which is interesting. It is a battle royale game that is almost structured for you to try and avoid getting into the thick of combat. Because they prioritize you surviving longer. That's really neat.
Yeah, at least more than other battle royale games. You get, like, special experience points for it, so you can get your fancy loot boxes with your skins and stuff in it.
Which is great.
And they are the good kind of loot boxes. They're nothing but cosmetic, you know. You can even use the little in-game currency, one of them, to buy
I got a
pieces.
really cool outfit for Gibraltar just playing what little I played.
Mm-hmm.
It's they don't hide off the good outfits either, which is nice.
Yeah. I was watching Dodger on Twitch this morning. She was playing, and she got the delicious, beautiful black Bloodhound Plague Doctor outfit. And I was like, I want it. I don't even play Bloodhound, and I want it.
When I was playing, I played mostly Lifeline and Bangalore.
I figured those were the ones you were going to gravitate toward.
They have passives and actives I really like. I really like Lifeline's ult. I like that Lifeline's ult isn't a heal. One hand I don't because she's the healer. Come on. The other hand, it's a really fun thing where you call down a loot box for your friends.
Yeah,
you call
full
down
of
like
defenses.
a drop shit.
Yeah.
A drop ship full of like armor and stuff. That's really cool.
I like it also because you can. Her heal is like her regular ability. Shoves her little heal droid there, and that she gets shields when she reses people. That's really cool too, and she does it faster.
Yep, she does it faster. She gets shields when she does it. It's really cool. What was it else I want to point out? Oh, an interesting bit of thing that never happened while I was playing, but Ben pointed out, is that her heal bot is neutral.
Yeah.
There is the opposite of friendly fire with that. If the enemy team takes over the spot where you drop your drone, they'll get heals from it, which is interesting. Maybe not my favorite thing, but it's certainly a incentivization to only drop your drone when you're in a place where you know you can hold.
Well, and I like that as well because it makes it seem like she doesn't need to be on every team. Yes, having somebody around to heal is handy. It's like a D&D situation. Yes, having a cleric or a bard or a druid in the party is great. But you don't necessarily have to. You can supplement it with potions, as it were. And it doesn't make the healer a required role to function.
Which is good because there's not a bunch of healers. There's only
the
one.
one.
She's fun.
Yeah, she is pretty cool. I don't honestly remember who I played
Before you found your...
before I dropped $20 and grabbed Caustic.
Yeah.
The individual characters only cost actually less than 10. I bought Caustic and Mirage because I'm an adult. And I played Caustic like for a bunch of games, played Mirage once and went, yep, he's really good too, and then went back to Caustic.
He's found his main, ladies and gentlemen.
He and Bangalore have that friendly fire shit a little bit too because they're fog. Your team also can't see through it. It's not like... And Gibraltar, where it's a little zone. Bullets don't go in. Bullets also don't come out.
I didn't like that. I played Gibraltar. I did not like the fact that his shield is both directional. Like, I get
think
why.
Yeah,
I'm just not a fan of it.
Meant more... And I say this for the audience. It's meant more for creating a pocket of safe space or shotgun town.
Yep. If you have a good shotgun, it's you drop your bubble and then you go, walk towards me.
Well, and he's also got a shield on his guns, so
yeah,
that's kind of cool. He becomes the master of Shotgun City, and he gets to decide where Shotgun City is founded. But all the characters have really unique and interesting traits. They've got fun voice lines. They're interesting. They're very... in every way you could intend it, diverse. I think there's a character that can strike a fancy with you no matter who you are in there, and I'm sure they're bringing in more.
Yeah, like Caustic is Walter White meets Singed.
He's fantastic. He says evil science things all the time, and I love him.
He's just great, honestly. He is a great character. I really enjoyed Bangalore's voice lines. I thought that Lifeline was really fun. I really enjoyed Bloodhound's voice lines.
Which we got to hear a lot of.
He's just a soft-spoken German man. He's great. When you're looking at him, that is not what you expect to happen when he talks.
I think it's some kind of Slavic, but that's... I could be wrong. But regardless, I think you'd like Mirage, too, because he's really snarky and cocky and, like, self-referential.
No. I've just spent money on this game.
No, well, and you don't have to, for the record. You do earn a currency that you can buy the characters with. It just is slower than I cared to, and I knew I really wanted to play Caustic.
Some kind of Nordic, I would imagine, given that one of his abilities is called Eye of the Allfather.
So, yeah. I believe Bloodhound also has a little raven companion that helps scout things.
So he's got his own, like, Hunan?
Yeah. Yeah, I literally, before we started the podcast, I was still playing a couple of games just to keep my mind in it. And it's nice. There's not an overcommitment. Like, I could literally drop into Apex Legends and play a game or two before work, and I don't have a lot of time before work. Like, that is how fast those things go.
Yeah, I love that it's very drag and drop. It's very It's not a huge time commitment, which is good because I'm in a place in my life where I have a lot of really fun shit I could be doing.
Yeah, 2019.
So not having to commit to be doing this fun thing for a long period of time, unless it's D&D, is nice because it lets me recommit and feel in control of my good times because it lets me recommit for a long period of time on doing the thing that is very piecemeal. It's like, do I want another Pop-Tart? Or do I want some more popcorn? Yes. More? Yes. More? Yes. And it just keeps reaffirming, and it's a very positive loop.
Yeah, this is very much the one more match game, the first big one I've played since you got me into Civ 5. And I will say for this as well, the stakes never feel that high.
No, because worst case scenario, you die. Okay, fine, drop into a new match.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, there's not like this big grand prize. I heard somebody suggest that maybe the winning team should get loot boxes. And that's fine. Even then, that's not a huge prize. Everybody will get loot boxes eventually.
That's actually pretty standard for Battle Royales, though, as you don't really get much for winning besides bragging rights.
Yeah. Well, in the next match, you're, like, listed as the person to kill, basically.
And to be fair, that happened to us once.
It did, just because we placed really high and there wasn't anybody higher in the next match.
We were squad number 2, and then we split from squad number 1 in the next match, and then it's open match. This is your squad to kill.
We had a good laugh, yeah.
And then all three of us laughed and went, "Oh, that's not good," and it wasn't good.
Honestly, the three of us playing together before that happened, my favorite moment was hanging out with what I believe was some Russian dude who was just giving us a lovely tour of the entire map, saying like, "This is a great place to go if you want for sniping. It's good. Come on here with me, friends. Okay, now this is bad place. Lots of guys shooting. Maybe do not go here." Like, it was just so sweet and spectacular. And he was very nice and very friendly and very helpful. But after that was when the three of us were in that room, that building, and it was just us and another squad or maybe two other squads. And I was playing fucking Caustic, and I dropped my little gas mines to block the doors, and we were in there like a horror movie with guys gunfighting outside.
Like, just staring at all the doors, like, pulling out thermite grenades. Like, all right, I got a thermite grenade on this door. I got this door. All right, hold on, wait for it. And then, like a horror movie, incursion started.
Yeah, it was fun, dude. Another thing I like about playing Caustic, and then I'll let you get to the stuff you don't like, is there's a certain smug satisfaction when I fuck up and like I drop a gas canister in a bad place because, as I said, my teammates can't see through it. Now, Caustic's ability, unlike Bangalore is, he can see through his gas. Like, if enemies are within his gas's range, they'll be highlighted. And he says voice lines to that effect. "I can still see, don't worry." So I love it when I drop a gas can in a dumb place, get my team killed, and I'm like, "Don't worry, guys, I can still see." Thanks, buddy. That's helpful.
It's amazing.
I'm great. Whatever you're doing down there not seeing is stupid. I'm awesome.
That's actually really funny. I have a couple problems with the game. They're not amazingly big. They are slightly nitpicky, to be perfectly honest. But no game is perfect. The time to kill is a little long. Now I get why it is. I'm not saying it's a bad decision, because it's clear why it is. The time to kill is kind of long to help foster that feeling that, you're not just going to get jumped on from out of nowhere and murdered in a second. And I get why that is. And also, it's really clearly designed in such a way as if you find another team, you guys aren't supposed to just slam into each other's faces until one of you dies like this is Halo 2 multiplayer. You guys are supposed to, there's very clearly, you guys will meet, there'll be a quick skirmish, and then, a couple more engagements with that team where you guys hit, back off to heal or reposition, and then hit again, and then one team will win. That's clearly the design intent, because that's what happened every time, and that's not going to be a coincidence.
No, it's really cool actually, because it creates these really tense moments when you're in one of the final rings, one of the really small ones, because it is a battle royale game. The
ring gets smaller.
Cuts off, because you've got to either pull back and heal and recover, or you're the crazy motherfucker who presses on and is like, nope, I'm going to take these guys out. They're weak. I don't care how weak I am. I will win first. And it encourages ballsy plays, especially toward the late game.
Which is also good. I have a problem with it because it led to a couple moments that didn't feel amazing. Where I would have the absolute jump on someone. I would have outpositioned them, outplayed them, and ended up losing the engagement because I got the drop on them, but it wasn't enough to finish them, and then their friends came by and murdered me.
I guess it's getting a little tough. And basically the satisfaction of hitting somebody is minuscule.
Yeah, because there's not... you
don't get a lot of feedback.
You don't get a lot of feedback. Specifically, there's one moment I'm talking about that kind of is endemic to what I'm talking about. I was playing Lifeline. Mm-hmm. You had just gone down.
Oh yeah.
So I was a bit far away from you because you had kind of split off from me and Ben, and I turned, see you go down, figure out where you must have been getting shot from. I walk out, look over a railing, and the person who took you down is literally right in front of me, not looking at me, and I have a powerful shotgun and I am pointed at their head. I unload like a clip into this person. They live, but they back off. So I go to res you, and then as I'm going to res you, their two teammates show up and murder me.
Now what that is mechanically is they probably had a really good helmet. Helmets, unlike armor, don't deteriorate over time. It just reduces the amount of damage a headshot does.
Yeah, that's probably exactly what happened. But that doesn't feel amazing.
Yeah, it doesn't make it feel any better. And honestly, if your hits felt like they did something, if you had more in-game feedback other than little numbers popping up, that would feel a lot better to me. Just getting to pop a few shots off at somebody and seeing a particle or something that really made me go, oh yeah, I hit that guy, cool. Because there are times where I'll do damage to someone's armor and I'm like, well, that was unsatisfying, and it doesn't calculate in your score at the end. That doesn't count towards your damage dealt for whatever reason. So my caustic damage is really low because it's usually passive shit from his gas and me shredding people's armor.
Yeah, and that's not... You're probably right. That's probably why it felt kind of meh, is because I was probably hitting the helmet. I was probably
yeah. Well, I didn't know that at the time either. This is something, I was subbed to the Reddit. I've been learning and reading good memes.
But, I mean, it's stuff like that. There's some minor technical issues that honestly are probably down to my computer. I'm planning on upgrading the computer. But
I've had a little lag off and on, but it's just the server load at this point, I'm sure.
Yeah, I doubt they thought that they were going to be a League of Legends competitor in a week.
It's been fucking impressive. I've never played Titanfall. Well, I played it very, very briefly.
I have never touched it. I've watched people play it.
And so this game, this setting is entirely new to me, and I'm pretty entranced by it. I like the street level of the Titanfall setting. The game itself never appealed to me. I'm not a big mech guy, and I don't know, I just didn't like the way they were doing it. But I dig the different characters and places and all that shit from this game. It's really cool.
Yeah, I really enjoy some of the Titanfall bits, like the movement abilities. You've got wall running, which is good, because if wall running was in this game, that'd be Fortnite disease. I'd be scared and confused, and I wouldn't play. Because Lucio is enough of a pain in the ass most days.
Well, and especially with as vertical as this game is, I mean, you can do a little bit of, like, wall scaling.
Yeah, but
to
not...
get on a ledge, but not like...
Not Titanfall wall running, which is good.
No, not Warframe wall running.
Ugh. But I wanted to have some more stuff to complain about, because I wanted to give the critique along with the praise, but I got nothing. It's a really fun game.
It was really fun, and I'm looking forward to playing it more. This is. I mean, it's not the best game ever or anything. I think its flaws are tied very deeply into the battle royale genre as well.
Yeah,
because
it's got the flaws a battle royale game has.
Yeah, like, I want to be a sniper. Well, good luck.
Hope you find a sniper rifle.
And good parts to put on that sniper rifle.
And good armor, and you have a squad who's willing to let you do that. And you don't get found out real quick, and you run into one of the few places on the map that has a sight line for a sniper. Really, I mean, probably just try and do something else.
Well, even then, like, I want to use an automatic weapon. Well, too bad everybody else got sniper rifles, and you ended up in a place where the only way toward the base, toward the decreasing ring, is to go through Sniper Town.
So, you gotta sit there while your team clears out the area, basically just covering their back and spinning in a circle with your thumb up your ass. But, I mean, to be fair, there was a period during one of our matches where Ben got a really good sniper rifle, and he was sitting out on the edge of, like, a thing he wasn't sure was even solid until he tried it.
Oh, God, that was epic.
Just sniping people halfway across what we could see on the map, and you and I were just sitting there doing nothing, but it was really funny and fun.
Yeah, it was amazing. This game is made of good moments. It's gonna, as I understand it, it's been explosive on Twitch, and I'm sure it'll continue to be.
I'm really glad that that's the case, because I want to upgrade my computer so I can be a little bit more comfortable playing it. My computer's just old enough now that it's having some issues. But once I do that, I would really like to play this game, and it's being so popular means it'll still be here.
Well, and it is available on Xbox and PlayStation. They would love to go cross-platform with it. Yeah, I'm sure Sony won't agree, but we got Xbox on the Switch now, so
yeah, Xbox Live's on the Switch. Xbox is like, yeah, cross-platform. Let's do cross-platform.
So we are living in a good future for video games. There's a lot of good stuff to play, and I'm sure we'll be back to talk to you guys about more stuff here in the year of our Lord Cthulhu 2019 Stardate.
Just waiting for him to be finished with the meme. Everything's better when nerds talk about it.